Hello and welcome to Raggy's Beer Reviews, and here's that moment. Now, massive thank you to Berry Beast in the East for gifting this to me. I'm actually going to be drinking Putty from Verdant Brewing Company for the very first time. First originally brewed in 2017, and basically the same recipe since. This is the 2023 version. It's a dipper, 8%, and it is one of the hype beers of the year. And Verdant Brewing Company, born in 2014 in Cornwall, and they come on over the years, and it just shows you that amongst all the pressures of the brewing industry, that beers like this can really put craft brewing and craft beer breweries on the map. I mean, I only posted a short to say I'm going to review this, and it's literally on 500 reviews already. Hence, wow. So here we go. Here it is, and yeah, artwork's great on the can for starters. You know, it's a good artwork. I like it, and I know the hype amongst this beer. Through all my friends in the beer review community, the likes of Craig, Kent Beer Reviews, Jaco Beer, who actually on the first day were doing beer reviews of it. Hopzine waited a week. He's done his beer review. Last year, Dave, Craft Beer Basic, he was one of the first probably in the country to do a review. So my first ever review. Again, massive thanks to Berry Beast in the East. Hello, Team Verdant. And if anybody's seen my Putty review the other week, that's short. Yeah, that was a bit tongue-in-cheek, but, you know, is what it is. So here we go. I have not watched anybody else's reviews. I know all about the hype. So, big, thick, hazy, orangey looking pour. There we go. Bubbly white head. Straight from the fridge. And there we go. That's what it looks like. Big tropical juicy looking pour, isn't it? You know, it looks like a juice fest of a pour. Let's see what this hype's about, because this really has got some hype about it. And it's great to see, you know, in a time when beer is struggling, that beers would get hype is a great thing, because if one brewery gets hype, puts breweries in the news, beer reviewers reviewing these beers also helps, you know. As much as some breweries may not like beer reviewers for obvious reasons, but the positive side of beer reviewing, where, you know, good people doing beer reviews that aren't trying to score points, and being honest and picking out, you know, that is what I want to see. You know, I want to see it. Now, this in Nottingham, this was in the Keen's Head in Nottingham. It literally sold out the same day on keg. So great for the Keen's Head. Not so great for anybody coming the next day. As my friend Danielle, who works for Nottingham Evening Post, as the beer columnist, she went down to get it and she missed that. But like most, you know, for pubs to sell out of it, it's great for the pubs. You know, while you're in there, you're not just going to have putty, you're going to have other beers. So it's great, because it's what this is. It's like a carrot. It's a carrot to draw people in, as all good craft beers are. They draw people in, and it's like, I'm going for that, but what else is there? Oh, yeah, that, and it's what it does. So it's a very significant beer in a lot more ways than just the beer itself. Anyway, let's get in. Now, I have not read up what it tastes like, so I only get what I get. Am I getting a dankness on the nose? Am I right? Am I wrong? You know, it's always interesting. I question myself. I'm the biggest critic of my own reviews. Yeah, for me, there's a dankness to it, like a muskiness to it on the nose. Right, so let's dive into the taste. Mm. Oh, for a double IPA, it's quite a complex beast, isn't it? It's both. There's like a juicy element, the juicy element to it. There's that danky element to it. Um, there's a hint of zestiness at the back as well. There's dryness. It's coming dry at the front, like a palate cleansing dryness as well, that brings forward the flavours of the bursting. It's drying you out and then it brings forward the flavours. Who knew beers could do so many things? It's bonkers, isn't it? Um, so, back in 2014, autumn, homebrewers Adam and James teamed up with Which to Craft US and teamed up to make Which to Craft US inspired beers that weren't available locally. Nowadays, there's 30 people working for Verdant, so that's great, you know. And I like the fact that they are beer lovers. It's never about them. Obviously, you've got to make money to survive, but beer should never be about money. Not entirely, at least. Beer should be about the love, that crafting of a beer to make it, you know, the best it can be. To never be happy. Well, to be so happy, but both, you know, to pick fault with your own beer to get it better next year, if it needs to be better next year. Dissecting, shall we say? That's what I meant to say. 8%'s coming across as an 8%, although I've just drank a 12%. So, yeah, it's certainly adding to that. There's a lot of different flavours going off in there. It's very flavourful beer. And like I say, and like I've always said on all my beer reviews, you can't do a beer review in 4 minutes. I'm sorry. And I might upset most of our beer reviewers, but beer changes when air gets to it. The air brings out different elements of the beer. Like a fine wine, you know, you've got to let it breathe. Let the air get to it. The air changes. It changes wine. It changes imperial stouts, and it will certainly change a double IPA. You know, different elements will come into play. And that dank, that muskiness really coming through now. And to be fair, if you pay so much for a beer, you don't want to be necking it in 2 or 3 minutes. You want to be enjoying it, getting the most out of that beer. I can see why it's a beer that's revered so much. And fair play to Verdant. To get for any brewery to get a hype beer, you know, it means that you brew the beer, you get it to, you know, you get it to the best you can, you know, and you sell a lot of beers, and it's great for the brewery, you know, or puts money in the coffers to survive in these desperate times we're in. you know. I mean, I've drank Verdant on cask. I've got a good friend, Jagman, part of the beer review community, that absolutely loves his Verdant. Verdant. As another friend, Dave, Mr. Goathead, who also loves it, loves his Verdant. If that's how you pronounce it, I have no idea. Always getting it wrong. So, as you can see, lovely, vibrant orange pour there, little white head. Yeah, there's certainly a dankness, muskiness on the aroma. It's complex. It's got juicy elements. It's got that same danky muskiness, and it's got that drying. It is a real complex beer, not just a juice fest as a lot of double IPAs tend to be, but one with lots going off there. Very interesting beer. For me, a good 4.6 out of 5, and yeah, very interesting. And that is my review of Putty. Wow. Finally got to try it. Cheers all.